Hey friends, welcome to my page DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Tuesday! How is everybody? Hope you all are having a fantastic day. Mine is going well so far. Yes, yesterday was a busy day. There goes my voice. Sorry, froggy this morning already. Anyways, yesterday was a busy day, of course, because my first full day back and also a Monday. Mondays are always cray. So we're going to work on our Christmas ornaments. So we have our May Christmas Ornament Club and we are going to do our Christmas ornaments and then the snow globe word sander. So how is everybody? Hope you all are doing okay. There is one color in this that I'm going to just kind of create the color. The suggested color is a different brand. And I did order that, but it has not come yet. So I'm waiting for it. Anyways, it'll be here. It'll be here soon. So anyways, hope you all are doing fantastic and hope you have a great rest of your day after this. But hey, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. Here is our cute little ornaments. Go ahead and say hello if you're watching and hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. Okay, and some of the pieces have moved around, of course, because, you know, they're tiny. So our snow word stander has a snow globe in the center here. I've also made this by itself as an ornament and also as just a stander, the snow globe part. So that is available. I posted those last night. I'll give you the link. It's all in the Christmas Craft Club section of our website. These are so cute. So a frosty on a circle. Frosty with the words, it kind of reminds me of Scrabble tiles going down, let it snow. And this is like a stacked little snowman. And then here's a snowman that has his shovel and it says brr. And then our cute little ribbon and our string. Okay, so I did order more of these. I see it's on my front doorstep already this morning. So that's a good thing. Okay, let me go ahead and get my glue gun plugged in. I will need that later. So I'm going to get that plugged in because you know how I am at the end and I go, oh no, I need my glue gun. All right, so how was your day, guys? Tell me how your day was. Mine was good, and then I kind of like hit a wall. I did fine, okay? So it was actually an emotional day. I will tell you all about it in just a moment. But let me put myself in the corner. Darlene, go to the corner. Darlene, go to the corner. There you are. There you are. Hi. Okay, let me go to comments, and let me get this shared to VIP group. And I am going to get started. So, I'll read comments after this. Let me find me. There I am. There I am. Sometimes it's hard for me to find myself on my own page. It hides. Okay, shared the VIP group and got that going so that I know that I am live. Oh, woo, guys. Yeah, busy yesterday. So let me go ahead and I'm probably going to go a little bit smaller. Whoops, not that small though, probably need a little bit bigger for the tray. Let me read comments here. Hi, Bridget. Good morning. Hi, Julie. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Laura. Hi, Maria. Yes, I am going to make a standing dog, Snoopy dog house. I think I can do the Snoopy too. It will just cut off his tail, but you know what? It will be fine. I think it will still work. I don't have that transfer right in front of me. Do I have that? Oh yeah, I do. Okay, so what do you guys think about this? Okay, so see how this, that's his tail down here. So if I just do Snoopy and do his tail just across and make this as a stander and make little Woodstock as a stander, would you guys like that? I think that would be really cute. So I could do them as cutouts and they would stand. I think that would be fun. I'm even thinking of doing simple ones like this Snoopy as a stander. People are wanting things like that. There's many Snoopy collectors out there, and I'm getting messages. So I just have to get busy again. It's one thing at a time. But the Snoopy doghouse should be easy because I already have it traced out. So, hi Sarah, how are you? Hi Janine. Hi Lynn. Good morning, Carrie. Hi Shanda. Is it frozen? Let me see. Let me know if it's frozen on your end. I'm putting my hand here, and then I'm looking for my, oh, yep, okay. So it's not frozen on my end on my camera. Maybe you'll have to go out and back in for all the peanuts. Yeah, that would be fun. Okay. And Laura says yes. Okay. And Julie says yes. Yay. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't stay frozen for anybody. Okay. Let me go ahead and let's put these on here. Oh my goodness, guys. You know, I'm glad that I came home on Sunday and was able to be there yesterday. So I got a call from my daughter, and her dog was not doing well. So Miss Lexi is actually one of George and Bailey's puppies. Okay, remember George and Bailey? A lot of you guys do. So George and Bailey were my other Shih Tzus. And so George and Bailey have been gone now for a couple of years. So probably 3 years, maybe 2.5, 3 years. And Lexi and Ginger were from the very first litter. So they are 16, probably getting close to 17. And they have had congestive heart failure long before, remember when George and Lacey were diagnosed with congestive heart failure? Remember that? Well, Lexi and Ginger, they have had congestive heart failure before George and Lexi, but they've done so well. They did well with their medicine. They kept eating and all of that. Lexi finally got really sick the last couple of days. Lexi actually has a lot of fainting spells, and it's mainly from her heart. She just, she doesn't get the oxygen. She passes out. It's not a seizure or anything like that. In the beginning, we thought it was seizures. It's not. It's from her heart. So yesterday she had 2 really bad pass out type episodes, and my granddaughter came over. I'm just going to start putting all this stuff out. My granddaughter came over from the vet clinic to see her. My son-in-law works from home on Mondays, so he was home. Well, Lexi was not doing well at all, so they decided that it was time for Lexi to pass and cross the Rainbow Bridge. So yesterday I got to go and say my final goodbyes to Miss Lexi, and she was just so frail. She's down to 10 pounds. So she never was a very, I think I want these down at the bottom because I want to be able to control the paint on them. She was never very, chubby or anything like that. You know, like some Shih Tzus get chunky. She never was. She's always pretty thin, but she's down to 10 pounds. She probably was even less than that yesterday. So I got to say goodbye to her, and then my daughter, my son-in-law, my granddaughter, they took all the dogs and they were able to go to the vet clinic, and they have a special room there, and we're able to help her cross. And it was just so sad, but I am just so glad that I was back from my vacation, not really a vacation, but back from my trip, and I was able to go and say goodbye, because gosh, it's hard. And she was one of the first puppies born. My daughter picked out 2 girl puppies when Bailey and George had their very, very first litter way back when. My daughter said, you know, we'd like to get sisters, and they've raised them. So they're almost 17. It's been a long time, but I'm just grateful that I was able to be home. It's really sad. It was hard. It was very hard and I only spent just literally not even 5 minutes with her because she was that critical. They needed to take her to the hospital, or to the animal hospital. So anyways, everything happens, you know, for a reason, for me getting home in time to be able to go and see her for one last time. So anyways, say a few prayers for my daughter. My daughter's name is April. I'm sure it's hard this morning waking up and not having her there. And you know, Ginger is the sister dog. I'm sure it's hard for her not having her sibling there. She's been there her entire life. She has been there, so it's got to be a little bit tough this morning. Anyways, I haven't looked at comments yet. I'm just putting things out. I don't want to turn this into a crying session, which yesterday was, but I want to be able to, I just wanted to share that with you. So on the back of this tag is a gift card holder. So let me see. Thank you guys. 17 years is a great dog life. Yeah, for sure. And they're purebred Shih Tzus. So yeah, little Shih Tzus live a long time, and we are very grateful for the time that we all had with our dogs. It's always sad when they have to leave us, but yeah, for sure, that is a long good life for them. Okay, let me see if I can scooch this over. We're very surprised. See, and I picked up Ginger, this sister, yesterday, and she's very thin. I don't think that she'll last that much longer. I think when dogs, when their sibling goes, I think that shortly after, you know, she will probably go too. She has the congestive heart failure, but she has not had the same type of things. Like Lexi would always pass out. The very first time that my granddaughter saw it, me and her other grandma, were at a craft event, and my daughter was out of town, and my granddaughter called us, and Lexi wasn't breathing. We drove over there really quickly. By the time we got there, she was breathing again. But anyways, dogs go through a lot. They're pretty resilient. It's just sad when we have to say goodbye to them. Thank you. Yeah, it is very, very hard. It really is. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, 17 years is a great life for them. So, okay. All right, let's get started. I don't want to dwell on this sadness. I will do that on my own. Okay, so we have a lot of colors. Okay, here's the pictures, guys. Okay, so what I want to do with this is not the exact color, but it's very close. Turquoise blue. I want to just lighten it up a little bit when I go to paint this. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to just barely add a little bit of blue with it. Or I'm sorry, a little bit of white to just kind of lighten it up a little bit so that it's not quite as dark. All right. How is everybody? How are you guys doing? How was your day yesterday? I hope it was good. Okay, got lots of paintbrushes. I don't know that we'll need that many. I'll stick them over here and then get in a, you know, I feel like I'm not very organized since I came home. But I did, hey, you're going to be proud. And I had to do this for a reason. I got my big suitcase unpacked and got all the clothes washed, except for the whites. I got 2 loads of dark clothes washed yesterday, and then because I washed everything, so blankets, every single thing that I had, my cute little skirts that I took, got everything washed because there's bugs over there, and I didn't want any bugs to have followed me and crawled into my suitcase and got in the clothes and make yourself at home. I unpacked my suitcase. I got all the clothes washed except for the whites. Those will get done today. And the suitcase is put away. You guys know that I just don't do that very often. Okay, so all I did was I just mixed a little bit. We also are going to use this over here. Okay, so there's enough. I think there's enough. And we can mix some more if we need to. I just mixed a little bit of white to lighten it up just a little bit to get a better sky type color. And I am going to get this base coated, and then also the snow globe part. Okay, so the snow globe part, I am going to try to be careful, and maybe I need a different brush to kind of, yeah, I do. I need a different brush. Let me get an angle brush. Oh my gosh, guys, I had so much work. I did not get all of my emails printed out. I was trying to work through my emails as I printed them out for work. There's a lot. There's a lot. But there was, I was able to go through and get anything that was urgent taken care of. And now I think that I'm actually going to be caught up today, which is pretty, that's pretty quick for me. But I was very caught up when I left. I was 100% caught up with everything, and actually a couple days ahead because I had already done billing. I am so grateful to be able to get through that and not have so much. I expected many, many more emails. I'm sure they will come. But I only printed out about one ream of paper yesterday for work. And then I still have about 10 more emails, but some things you don't have to print out. Some things are good, but lots of invoices. It wasn't as bad as I anticipated being. Okay, I'm going to need another little brush when I do the edge right there. Okay, so that's our blue. We're going to actually dry brush that too. So yeah, I'm looking for a dry brush. I got a dry brush. So the blue part will be dry brushed. Okay, got that out. Okay, next, let's do some white. Let's get some of our white done. Our village-wide rummage sale are next week, so hopefully the sale. Oh, nice. That would be great. Oh, Laura, oh, there we go. I went too far. Hi, Betty, how are you? Laura says, got the mouse pads in the mail yesterday. I'm going to ink some designs on them and then sell them next week at the rummage sale. That's awesome. I love that. Hi, Doris, my sister. I'll have to give you a call tonight. Last night I was doing good. Here's the funny thing, guys. I was doing great. And then all of a sudden, I had to go over to my daughter's house and say goodbye to Lexi. And I think it was the emotions. So because I was doing great all day. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Got messages coming in from the team over in Malawi. Some of them are sick, possibly malaria. Eek, eek, eek. Anyways, okay, so I think that just going through all the emotional stuff at my daughter's house and driving home and crying and all of that, I all of a sudden hit a wall and I was exhausted. So I got home from my daughter's. I laid down on the couch to just rest. I set my timer on my phone. Of course I set my timer on my phone. Does that ever work for anyone? It did not work for me. Okay, so I set my timer on my phone and then I woke up 5 hours later. So my timer might have been going off. My husband might have shut it off. I am not 100% sure. But what I do know is that I did not wake up to it. So I slept for 5 hours. And then of course I was wide awake. I was like, okay, time to work. So, I do need little things for the, okay, I'm trying not to do the words, but if I have to go over it with my marker, I will. Okay, what else? Another thing up here, in the words, the S and W, those are all white. So I'm just trying to give myself some grace. If I need to sleep, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to rest if I need to rest, because guess what? That's, and then I stayed up and I worked, till my normal time, till my normal time is 2:00. Went to sleep at 2:00 and got up this morning and I feel great. So sometimes you just got to allow yourself to do those things, right? You have to do it sometimes. So, hey, Vicky. Hi, Judy. Thank you so much. I am doing good. All right. If you want to do glitter on these, that would be cute too. But I think if you do glitter on some of them, you need to do glitter on the whole set of ornaments. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just leave it. Your body was telling you to rest. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that was great. So I slept on the couch for 5 hours. My husband didn't even get me up to take the dogs for a walk. He took them 2 at a time on his own. And then he, message after message this morning, he just let me sleep, which I needed to. Okay, do I have all the white done? No, I don't, because guess what? This handle right here, I need to do stripes. So I'm going to go ahead and do the white on the handle. And now I think I got all the white. Yes, I do. All right. Okay, so let's go to our next color. How about red? There's very little red on here. At all the hearts are red, and the band, this hat band right here, and this circle, I think that's all the red. There'll be red stripes on things, but we'll do that later. Let me just scooch this up just a little bit for sure. So Sherry, there's many hard workers out there, but yeah, I'm a pretty hard worker. It's okay though, because I get things done, and my goal is to not work as hard. So eventually I would like to not work as hard as I do. But you know what? Sometimes I enjoy the peacefulness of my house at night. I really do. It's it's just nice to not have anyone around and be able to just relax. Okay, so this is lots of questions for Etsy. So our Etsy store right now is a little crazy. It's a little cray over there, which is a good thing. Crazy is a good thing when it comes to Etsy. Okay, let's see. Forgot the top circle. Let's do that. And then let's do black. There's a lot of black, and then there'll be some orange, and a little bit of green. So black, let's do over black. So this is our monthly Christmas kit. And I know people think that's crazy, but there's nothing wrong with doing Christmas year round, because guess what? It gets you prepared, and you will be so far ahead. You'll be so happy that you did this. Really, honestly, you'll be very happy that you prepared, because when it comes for Christmas, that we run out of time. We all run out of time. There's never enough time for everything. Okay, all of my hats and the hat band, all of those. I still haven't been able to shake the nausea. I think it's just, I feel like I'm still on the airplane going up and down. That is not a fun thing. Not a fun thing, guys. Okay, I don't have to paint the whole thing because the blocks are right down there. Okay, this is black. So I'm going to go ahead and paint that black. Might need a little bit more. And then the background on this is all black. So this one is called Prim Snowman. There's a lot of other ones that go with it. There's a snowman stander. And then, like I said, I made this into an ornament, the little snow globe part. And I also made it into a stander. So there's a couple of things with that. All right, what else is black on here? Just this. Okay, so the background of that. I will need a small little, I think, maybe I can do it. Maybe I can do it. Am I able to do it? Maybe if I might have to pick it up to do this. I can't do it. I'm going to have to pick that piece up because I can't do it backwards. I'm left-handed and I need to turn it to do right there. I think I can. I think I can. I think I can. All right. And then I'll be putting a second coat of the blue. So the black, I only need one coat. So get all of the black. Now I can set it down and do the rest. Okay. All right. You completed all your birch Santas this week. Yay! That's great. I saw that you had cut them. I did not have phone service or cell service most of the time that I was gone, and I will tell you guys, it actually was nice. I actually stopped looking at my phone, and I would check it like maybe 3 times a day instead of every hour. I have this bad habit of being on my phone a lot with business and with people texting back and forth, but it was very nice to not have service over there. I have incredible stories. I told you guys some of them yesterday. I have my not so fun story of having my allergic reaction and almost having to go by ambulance. That was not fun. And I would not want to. So their hospitals are, if you if you imagine, not as bad as a MASH hospital, but their hospitals actually are probably, like if you dated back to the 60s and 70s, they are not out of that era. I did find out something about their roads, because I was like, well, how do they have all these nice roads? Well, their roads are built by the Chinese government, and in exchange for mineral rights. So that was kind of interesting that we learned that there's a little bit of politics going on there with their roads. And the thing is that they don't maintain the roads. So you might have really good roads, and then all of a sudden your driver is slamming on the brakes because there's a section that is just tore up, and they're having to just creep through it because it's like really, really bad. So yeah, the Chinese government comes in and they put the roads in initially, but they don't maintain them. So that's a little sad. You know, they're like, okay, we're gonna put in the roads, and we're gonna get what we can out of it. There's gold, there's diamonds, there's all sorts of rubies. I think there's all sorts of precious gems and metals, things like that there. So that's what they do. That's how it works. Okay, there's a I didn't get the little buttons because they're so small. I almost didn't see them. Teeny tiny buttons. Okay. All right. Now, next. And a nose up here. A little nose here and a little nose there. Oops, and I got some more done. Okay, and this is black too. Guess what? Chicken butt. Let me move this thing because I'm going to be painting that too, the back of it. All right, so now I'm focusing on getting things ready for my next craft show, and also going to be doing some sales for you guys. I need to go through my entire shed and clean out. I still have a lot of Chocateur surfaces in there. I have some kits. I have a bazillion transfers. I have lots of things for you guys that is going to be a lot of fun. So yes, that will be coming. That will be coming soon. Okay, this is dark chocolate, but burnt umber is the color I meant to grab, but dark chocolate will work. So when you purchase the Christmas kit, the monthly kit, you're going to get 2 sheets of paper. The first one's going to show you the projects and have the name of the project, and also tell you all of the colors that I used. And then the second will have larger pictures of each item so that you can follow that and be able to paint it the way that you want to, the nice way with all the, so you'll be able to paint it to look like mine. So yeah, so whenever you get the monthly kits, you'll get those. If you happen to not get them, I think I still owe Lynn an email. My life has just been a little bit busy. A little busy, guys. So it's nice to be home, catching up on everything, making little sticky notes because I want to remember everything. And let's see. Okay, yep, I'm still alive. Make sure I didn't freeze because anything can happen with this internet over here. Okay, trees, green trees. I'm going to use Hauser medium green, and then I'm going to do these with. You could just leave it like this if you don't want to paint it and worry about the paint getting in there. You could do that, but I'm going to use burlap, and I'm going to just barely use any. But I'm going to put just a little bit of my green on here. This is Hauser medium green. I think that's going to be enough to do both. And we are going to be dry brushing a lot of this, but we will have to put second coats on things, especially the white. The white always needs second coats, sometimes 3 coats. Yeah, sometimes. Okay, finding a place for all my paintbrushes. I need a little shelf over here. Oh my goodness, guys. It's a crazy world, isn't it? It just is so much sometimes. Let me just go out a little bit more so you can see the top. There we go. Okay, so this is burlap. Oops, I moved it. I was looking away for just a second and my hand like moved. Okay, I don't want a lot on my brush. I'm going to put a little bit, and then I'm going to kind of scrape it off because I want to color these so they're like Scrabble blocks, but I want the letters to show Okay, that's working. I'm just kind of going sideways, not pushing down hard, and there we go. Okay, let's put our second coats. Let's start with our blue. Let me move that. You guys, I kept having the do you ever have like the creepy crawlies? Like my head was crawling yesterday. I'm like, Tara, check my head for bugs. There were none. There were no bugs. But you know, do you ever just have that where you're like, oh my gosh, what if? Because we were traveling so much and switching planes and people all over the place, and your head is up against the back of the airplane seat. And even though they have these little, Ethiopian Air has these little fabric type headrest type things that they change out. They have Velcro on them. Even though they had that, anything can happen. And I was like, can you just check my head? Fortunately, she has had experience with her kiddos with lice and knew what to look for. My husband would say, I don't know what to look for. And guess what? No lice. Hallelujah. You worry about that when you travel. You worry that you could have something, you know? I think it's just because I wash my hair every single day over there. And that doesn't happen at home because my hair gets dried out. But we were traveling and it was very sweaty for us. We would come home and, you know, we're traveling in a van that there is no air conditioning. You're basically getting air when the van is going fast. Okay. And the roads were very bumpy. So we were not going fast. We were going through areas that the road had been washed out by Hurricane Freddie. We went over areas where there used to be bridges, and now it's just, you just go down where the little creek is and you actually drive through the creek. There was a couple areas where they had to back up and we got out of the van and we walked. So I think that I'm just not used to my hair being washed every single day and my scalp is dry. So I don't know what I need to do. If I need to do like olive oil treatment or something, I don't know. What can you do? I have a hard time with product because it needs to be fragrance free. But I'm seriously thinking of doing like an olive oil treatment on my hair. Mayonnaise maybe too. What's good, guys? What's a natural treatment that I would not have a reaction to? Oh my goodness. Or hey, how about just my conditioner? Leave my conditioner in and put a plastic grocery bag over the top of my hair. No, maybe not. It just has to be plain. Can't have letters on it or the letters will transfer onto your hair. But my head just seems dry. So, yeah, any like natural things. Do you think that olive oil would be good? Because I can have olive oil. I just don't know about putting it on my hair. Maybe. Anyways, if you have any suggestions, just pop them in there. I'm just having a hard time because my scalp feels really dry. And I'm like, is there something crawling in there? Nope, it is just my head. So anyways, I had that issue on the flight from Chicago to Denver. My scalp was itching. And I realized I was itching my head, and then I noticed that nobody sat next to me. The flight was like 99% full and no one sat in the middle seat. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if that was why. I wonder if that could work every time. That might be something to try, guys. If you're on a flight that's really full and you really don't want anybody in there because it's squishy, they're making the seats smaller. I just know they are. Or my body's just wider. Anyways, it is, yeah. No one sat next to me. I'm like, oh, that's probably why. Okay, I gotta get out the white and I'll pour some on there. Good conditioner and put a plastic bag and sleep with it. Yeah, okay. And make sure that it doesn't have any writing on the bag. Like, I think I have great big clear plastic bags. I have seen where people have put things on their head and it was like a Home Depot bag, and the dye from the ink from the Home Depot went onto their head. I did see that. It was actually I I don't know, a kid that did that. It was pretty funny. Oh, it's pretty funny. Not for them, but for me to see. Okay. Getting the snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It's crazy weather, like raining off and on for us. Just a little bit weird for us here in California. Yesterday it didn't get too hot. It's just kind of odd for us here. Kind of nice. Okay. All right, next color. Let's do our gray. Let's do our shovel. This is slate gray. I don't think I told you the color. It's slate gray. And then the orange is spiced pumpkin. There's probably enough on the brush to just do the noses. I'm just putting the second coat. Just kind of tap, tap, tap. Get second coats, and then I'll do the red. Shower cap. Perfect shower cap. Okay. Betty says, yeah, you can use olive oil in your hair. Okay. It's Maggie. I'm not sure who you're asking, because sometimes I can't tell who you're asking. I am in San Diego. So I can see your comment there. But I can't see who you're asking. Use the argan oil. Oh, your whole body itches sometimes, and this helps. Use it on your scalp. I haven't heard of that, but comes in a spray. Is that like the brand from Argan? Is that what that is? I just know. I think sometimes when my daughter-in-law would come in and say, Kaylin has lice again, her daughter, my granddaughter, and then my whole body would just itch. I think sometimes it's just psychological. Don't you think? Sometimes we do it to ourselves. It's like, oh my gosh, definitely don't want that going on. Okay, this is brown. I'm going to have to look and see which things do I dry brush, because some things I dry brush and some things I don't. I'll probably have to take the things off that I don't dry brush, because it's going to be there's a lot of area that I don't want to get dry brushed onto. Okay, need a little bit more green. Medium Hauser green. Just a little bit. Aren't these going to be so cute? I can't wait for them to get done. And then we are working on a lot of Christmas stuff. My daughter-in-law is working 2 hours a day painting, getting Christmas stuff done, because we can never have enough. We never have enough at our shows. And we are getting ahead of the ball game this year. We're trying to get ahead of the ball game. Oh yeah. Okay. Yes. Connecting flight. Yes. I did have a connecting flight. So I'm not in Denver. I went to Denver, and then Denver to San Diego. Yes. I'm sorry. I was like, what did I say that? Yeah. Okay. Let's try everything. Yes, connecting flight. Okay, so I need to do stripes on the candy cane and stripes on the hat band. I probably should have painted the hat band white, but I painted that red, and then I'll do the stripes white. And then on the candy cane and on the handle of the shovel, those are going to be striped with red. So I need to do cheekies. We're just going to dry everything first. You don't want to do the cheeks without it being dry all the way. It does not work very well. All right. I'm getting message after message. I'm a popular person this morning, guys. Lots and lots of messages, and they're just going to wait until I'm done, because it is only 7 o'clock here this morning, and I should not be getting that many messages that early. Okay, dry. All right. Yeah, my flight was delayed in Denver, so everything else was slightly delayed. My flight there was delayed about 40 minutes. It wasn't bad. Could have been worse. So the one that was the worst was our flight coming out of a long way in Africa. Our very, very, very first flight that we had was delayed probably about half an hour. And then that made a really tight connection in Ethiopia. And you have to go through several security checks, and then also through several, what did we have to go through? We had to go through, I think we had to go through immigration too. It was really weird what we had to go through. We were able to skip some of that. We had someone with us that had a special pass, and she was able to take us with her, which helped out immensely. Okay, cheekies. Let's find our cheeky brush. Cheekies. Where's my brushes, my little things? I know you're in here. Okay, so I got my little daubers for that, and then bringing in my paint and getting my paper towel ready. Okay, so I'll do that, and then we'll do stripes and stuff like that on the stripes that we need to do. The white stripes, the red stripes, line work details. Okay, so for our small, this little guy, it's going to be hard to do cheekies. I'm going to get a Q-tip for that because it is so small. So I'm going to barely use the tip of the Q-tip. And, oh my goodness, where are you? So I posted a bunch of watermelon kits. There's a lot of cute things this month, a lot of new stuff. So I got those all posted. I can't wait to paint them with you guys. Okay, so I just dabbed my Q-tip in the paint, and then I'm tapping it on the paper towel. Okay, and then I'm going to give some little cheekies to this, just kind of gently going in a circle where it's supposed to be. We do have to do eyeballs still. There's eyeballs to do. Okay, so that's my cheeks for this little tiny guy. I just did little tiny cheekies. The frosty letters. I use burlap. I use burlap for that. Hi, Melissa. Melissa is over on YouTube. So she's watching from there. I'm getting itchy right now. My face is itchy. And oh, I hate that. It's just because I'm talking about it. Okay, this brush. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which one. This will be for here. And then this one will be small one. Okay, so these are the little daubers that I get from Michael's, and they are in the paint section, and they are just called daubers. That's what they're called. Craft Smart is the brand. It is the Michael's brand. Okay, and they are daubers, and I'm just getting as much paint out as I can because I don't want it to be bright red. Okay, so I dab it in the paint, dab it onto the paper towel, and then I'm just going to twist a little bit. I just want it to be pretty small. I'm going to put one here, even though part of the nose, his little carrot nose is going to be covering that. I still want to get that in there. Okay, and then we are going to do the bigger snowman. So we have, do I have all my snowmen? I'm like, oh, this one too. I'm like, where's the other snowman's face? Okay, right here. Okay, so this little square has the snowman face on it. I still got to do all the eyeballs. There's a lot to this kit. There's a lot of little pieces. Okay, so that's why I wanted to do it live with you. If you have questions, just pop them in there. I'm always happy to answer questions. And I do go back and I do watch the video and try to answer any questions that you've had on the replay. So go ahead and put them in there. You can also send me a private message, and I'm not getting to those right away. I'm trying, but I'm going to be honest that when I get back from a trip, it's sometimes might take me a couple of days to get back with you on a few things. I'm so sorry. It's my life. That's the way it is. I really try to do everything. If it's urgent, maybe you could put urgent at the top and I can help you right away. Okay, there's my little cheekies. Okay, they're a little bit more bright than I wanted them to be, but guess what? It doesn't matter. It's going to be fine. Okay, I'm going to do my words that I need to do. I need to do the words, and also where there's like a little snowflake type thing that is on the cheeky. I'm just drawing it in with my marker. So these are the markers that I like to use are the Identa pens. Okay, you can use just a regular Sharpie. I find that I just like the Identa pens. I feel like they don't ever fade. I know that they have improved Sharpies, but let me tell you, in the very beginning, when we used to do our ornaments 30 plus years ago, we used Sharpies, and they didn't, the lettering didn't even last 2 years, because we would have some product that, you know, you don't always sell everything, and you would have it come back, you know, it was Christmas time and you pulled it out of the boxes, and we had to go back and redo line work. So I know Sharpie has improved their markers over those years, but in the very beginning it was a little frustrating because we had to redo some of our lettering because the Sharpies didn't stay. Okay, now we have X's for mouth on here. We're going to do that. We'll do our little eyeballs. They're going to be black dots. We need to do stripes for the candy cane parts on things. Okay, so this has, some of them don't have mouths. Not all of them have a mouth. Okay, there's the little thingamabobby, the like a little snowflake type thing on his face. And I just like to do it with a marker, go over it, because it gets filled in with paint. Okay, what else do we have? We have a little teeny tiny one on this guy. I'm going to try really hard to not make it too dark. Just kind of do it really light. Okay, let's do eyeballs and then we'll do stripes. And then we can start doing our dry brushing. So you were reading online about restoring a dry scalp, and it says use warm olive oil, massage into the scalp. Also aloe and avocado. Oh, smart, but not together. But mash an avocado or several. Oh, okay. Perfect. Kirsten, I saw your order this morning. Thank you so much. I know, they're so cute. They're so fun. I love it. I love all of the new stuff. I get so excited with new files. We don't have time to create our own. We do use another person that creates the files, and boy, oh boy, does she do a good job. And I try to stay really consistent. I have 2 people that I purchase files from consistently. I have a 3rd person that I purchase once in a blue moon. But I have my people that I love. I mean, we used to create all of our files, but honestly, there's not enough hours in the day for that. Terry used to be my person, and you know, things just got so busy. We just couldn't do it all. So I went with a person that I really adore, and I actually had been doing her packet. She used to do paper packets with designs, and I used to paint those designs way back when I first started doing tulle painting. I would buy them at a little store here, little craft store, and now I'm able to get them online. So anyways, so I do purchase the file. I don't create all these. There's many people that make the same things, but I try to just put my own little twist on them. I love being able to do that and to be able to show you guys. I think that's the difference, is that I will have my tutorials here, and when they disappear off of Facebook, they're going to live over on my YouTube channel. So this broadcasts to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So those files are over there on YouTube. Okay, let's do all our stripe stuff. Oops, did you see that? I just scooched that up. I'm going to walk around. I'm going to grab that right now, because at the end I'm going to be wondering where that piece is. Yep, I knocked it right onto the floor. Okay, so coming back around. Oh my goodness. Stepping over the pile. I have a pile of all the transfers from yesterday. Okay. Okay, Darlene, don't do that. Okay, let me get all the things that I need to do stripes on. And then we'll draw everything at one time. Okay, so I have my little things here. Let me see if I can go smaller. Bigger. And scooch up and not knock things off. Okay, so stripes on those. Stripes on these. So I painted these white. I should have painted all of it white to do red stripes. But let me find a tiny little brush in here. I know there's got to be one for part of that. Okay, so I have a tiny brush to do my stripes on this. Okay, so I could do my stripes on here with that first. Let me see what I need to do. Oh, they're just tiny. So I'm kind of feeling like I'm going to use my stylus. Let's get a little more white paint. I'm going to use my stylus. You could use a marker. You could use a paint marker if you want to. Okay, so these are just going to be in the direction of the little angle. Okay, so I'm just dipping my stylus in there and then just going sideways. And they're small. Okay, so I think that she did paint them red and then white. That's why I looked at it like that, because my stripes are just going sideways. Let me see if I can get one more on there without having to to hold it. Okay, so we got one. This one goes to, does it go to this one? I think it goes to that one. Okay, I'm just going to put them both right here because we have to dry them. We'll have to dry it. So I'm just using my stylus, guys. So just do it at the angle of the little edge. So the edge is angled. That kind of goes at an angle with the hat. This is the hat band. Okay, so the hat band on both of the snowmen. So this snowman here and this snowman here, they both have a striped hat band. I am just using my stylus to do that. Doesn't have to be perfect, guys. Okay, perfection is overrated. Okay, and then this little teeny tiny candy cane. Let's do that one first, and then I have a brush. Now, if you wanted to do your candy cane with a tiny brush, you certainly could. I am going to just do it with my stylus. I'm just doing my red stripes with my stylus. I'll check messages. Un momento. Gonna get all of these little stripes done. I'm working on getting a day set so I can go up to my cabin. I might just take a whole box of transfers up there and get a sale going for you guys. I have a lot of transfers that I'm going to highly discount for you all. They're retired ones that you can't get anymore, which are great because there's some of you guys that are new to Chalkator that missed out on the first go around. So I'm going to have some really good ones for you guys. And then some of them, I'm going to grab them and I'm going to create kits with them so that you'll have cutouts to go with them, because I haven't made cutouts with everything as we go. Kind of, it's like, do I want to do cutouts with this? But I'm thinking that I might start creating, taking some of them when I look at them and go, oh, that would make a great kit. Okay, so there's that. Okay, I'm going to just push it down with my stylus, get it stuck down to my piece of tape. That way when I dry it, it's not going to fly everywhere. So hi Pam, how are you? Hi Darlene Bar. Hope you're having a good day at work. Okay, next is my little snow shovel. Okay, so I have a teeny tiny brush that I'm going to use. It's a little tiny angle brush. I like these. These are, I think I got these brushes off of Amazon in a group of maybe 5 or 6, and they're all different angles. And this one is the tiny one, and I love it for just little things like this. That's the only thing I use it for, is like tiny little stripes or getting in an area that just needs a little detail, or it's an area that's close to another color that I need to just be really careful. That's what angle brushes are really great for that. You don't need much paint on your brush. You can always put more, but if you put too much, then it'll just be globby. Okay, there we go. So let me just move this, and then we're going to dry all of our eyeballs and all of our stripes, and we are going to be ready for the next step. Lots of steps this morning. Gonna move that. I think that's all the paint that we need. I will know once I start assembling it. I go, oh no, I forgot to do that. Because guess what? That happens to me. I'm sure it happens to you too, that you forget something and have to go back. I probably will want to do a white highlight on the cheekies. Maybe. A lot of times I will. Yep, I will want to. I'm looking to see my sample. A lot of times I'll want to do a little white highlight on the cheeks, so I will be bringing that back. And the highlight is just done with your stylus. Okay, so let's do the highlight. All I'm going to do is take my stylus, dip it in my white paint. I'm going to take the small end and do like a little dot and just do it to the side. Just a little highlight. You can do it at the top or you can do it to the side. On these, I'm going to do to the side because otherwise it's right in the middle of all the stuff. And same with this. And then I'm not going to do one on the teeny tiny one because it's too small. You would end up covering the cheek. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, let's dry that. And then we're going to be ready for the next step. We have to ink. We have to dry brush. All of that stuff. Okay. So things that I need to dry brush. Maybe what I should do is grab my another little piece of cardboard and put things that need to be dry brushed on that so that I don't have to take everything off. Okay. So dry brushing is just with a little paintbrush and some white paint, and you get off as much as you can. So, hey Marilyn, how are you? You're painting January's kit. Yay! Hi Lucia. Good morning. Okay, let's just get a piece of cardboard that has tape on it, and we're going to get the things off that need to be dry brushed. Not everything needs to be dry brushed. So, although there's a lot of stuff that needs to be dry brushed. This does. All of my black stuff needs to be dry brushed. Okay, hopefully I remember how all this goes back together. There's a lot. There's a lot. Okay, this needs to be dry brushed. Dry brush is just putting like a texture type thing on. These guys are dry brushed. Oh, my buttons were actually supposed to be brown, but they're black. So it doesn't matter, guys. Do it whatever color you want to do it. Okay, this is dry brushed. And then also, I believe that we dry brushed this. I'll just kind of put that at an angle. What under here needs to be dry brushed? This little part, the noses are not. This is dry brushed. I don't think the noses are. Let me take another look. We're going to leave the noses. Actually, it's funny because a lot of it is dry brushed, guys. Even these. Okay, so I'm going to go from here and then I'll go back and forth on little things that I need to do. Okay, so let's dry brush. Let me get a little container to put some paint in. I'm going to take one of these. I'm going to put some paint. Can I zoom out? Yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I sure can. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to scooch this back down too. All right. That's a great idea. Thanks for letting me know. Sometimes, guys, sometimes I just get going. I'm glad that I look up and I try to look at comments because and you guys are very helpful. Okay, I'm going to take my white paint. This is a scruffy brush. You can get these off of Amazon or you can get them at Home Depot. You're just going to get some paint on there. And then you are going to take most of it off. So you're putting some paint on and then you're taking most of it off. And dry brushing is just that. It's dry brushing. It's dry paint. Okay, I like to go in certain directions like this. I'm going to go up and down. So see how it just kind of puts a little bit on there. With this, I'm going to go across. Okay, so some of them are up and down and some are across and some of them have more and some of them have less. It just puts a little bit of something on there to make it so it's not just solid black or solid blue. I will also be doing the red that's on the other one. Okay, this is going to be, and see how I just kind of go in the direction that I think it needs to be. Trees up and down. This I'm going to go across. So it makes that blue not be so bright. Kind of lightens it up a little bit. Okay, so see what it did? See, it just puts some white on there. And I don't think I need to load up any more on my brush. You don't want to have a ton. Okay, dry brushing, you just put a little bit. Okay, I'm going to just move this to the side. I do want to get my little things that are red right here. I'm going to get this also. I'm going to do the nose a little bit, the buttons a little bit, this red tab. Probably could have left everything on here, but it honestly was easier to put some things off to the side and just do it like this. Okay. All right. Do my letters. Okay, so now I'm ready to pull everything off and just kind of pre-assemble it, get it ready. So that, I mean, it was just a little quick brushing. If you feel like you need to add more, you can, but dry brushing is a dry brush, okay? No paint really. So there you go. Okay, let's take things off, and I'll take things from the other board at the same time. This dry brushing dries like right away, okay? So I don't have to worry about things being wet still. It is pretty dry already. Okay, so let's work this. Let's get these guys. Let me look and see. Am I gonna ink my edges? I actually am not gonna ink my edges on these. I am gonna leave it I think I'm gonna leave it just like this. Let me look. No, I'm gonna ink my edges on the whites on some of it. Okay, I had to look and see what the sample was like. Okay, now if you want to do brown buttons, you can do brown buttons. That was actually the sample had brown buttons. I kind of like the black, like coal. Okay, so there's one. Uno. Okay, next. So we have the tag, and then all the pieces. There's pieces over on the other one. I'm going to be going back and forth, putting things together. We have Frosty. So the word Frosty is in little letters that kind of look like they are Scrabble letters. Okay. And then I have the hat and the hat band. And so hat band, I have to kind of see which one goes, that one goes with that. And then we have the snow. I have this little thing here. I have a nose. I have 2 snowflakes on this one. I'm looking at my cheat sheet. Okay, so Frosty, do backwards. Okay, that goes there, and then buttons. Okay, so this one's done. Now, there is the backer thing you can make it into a gift card holder or not. I think that I should make like a dozen of these because gift card holders sold really well for me. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, I sold a ton of gift card holders because people, it's fun for them. It's fun for them to just have a gift card holder to put money in for their grandkids or for a friend. Okay, let's see. I'm looking for all my pieces. I did move some pieces. Looking for all the pieces. Okay, there is snow on the top of my little shovel. Okay, so that's all the pieces for that guy. Okay, next. Okay, so our Let It Snow. So I am going to ink the edges because they're too white. Okay, and I didn't want to do dry brushing in black because I feel like that just isn't the answer. Okay, this one actually goes to the other snow globe. I kind of knew that probably was going to